What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Snowcast Sports Talk Podcast, episode 58. This is my third time trying to do this. I'm not going to lie, doing podcasts alone is not my favorite thing. I start following a script, I start moving through points too fast. It gets very frustrating, but we're going to try it a third time here. I hope you guys are all having an amazing morning. Today is the day. Giants will be playing the Eagles tonight in the divisional round of the playoffs, the second round of the playoffs, at 8:15 EST in Philly. Let's just take a moment and back up that the fact that the Giants are in the second round of the playoffs is absolutely extraordinary for the situation the Giants are in, the rebuild we all know they truly were going into this year, and what they've gotten out of their roster, from veterans like DJ, Saquon, and Dexter Lawrence to rookies like Evan Neal had a great game last week. Daniel Bellinger has been a godsend, and then Cordell Flott and Belton on our defense. These rookies have been stepping up and not just, being part of the winning team, but contributing to the winning that we've been seeing here as of recent. They were contributing to the win against the Vikings last week. It's just amazing to be in this position. Just a quick recap of the Vikings game. It was such an amazing game. I was on my feet the whole time. I was nervous. We didn't capitalize on the interception. We didn't capitalize on the fumble during the punt return, but it didn't matter. Daniel Jones and Saquon were not going to lose us this game. Whenever it counted, they went down the field and got points. And the defense, I do want to say, the defense, rewatching the game, I rewatched it later in the week, the defense played a lot better than my memory served. And I would implore everyone to go back and watch the Giants defense against the Vikings last week. It was better than what I remembered it being during the game, and all the craziness and the tenseness and just wanting the Giants to win. The Giants defense actually played really well when it counted. They got a couple key 3-and-outs, which let us go up 17-7. And then, of course, at the end of the game, they closed it out on that fourth down with a great play by McKinney, and right before that, a great play by Flott, a great pass breakup by Flott. He's a draft pick I was never excited about, and he has proven me wrong time and time again, and he did it yesterday in the biggest moment of me being a Giants fan. I've only been a Giants fan since 2015, so just really, really impressive. Where the Vikings, a lot of people thought the Giants could win that game. The Giants are going into truly hostile territory this week against the Eagles. The Eagles are our bitter division rival. I'd say they're probably the Giants' most heated rival. Some Giants fans hate the Cowboys, and for good reason. The Cowboys are everything we're not in so many different ways. Well, the Eagles, as much as we don't want to admit it, sometimes we're kind of similar to the Eagles, but there's just such a bitter rivalry there. And the Eagles they've bullied us for years now. The past at least 5 or 6 years, it's been horrible. I've actually only probably seen the Giants beat the Eagles once, and I think that was 2 years ago in Joe Judge's first year. With all that, though, with all that bullying, and by the way, the Eagles being an absolutely phenomenal team this year. They had one of the best offenses in the league. They had one of the best defenses. I think their defense led the league in sacks cumulative, and then their cornerbacks, Slay and Bradbury, are absolute studs. The Eagles are a very good team, and Nick Sirianni, again, I'm going to give him a little bit of praise here, but you're going to see where I'm going with this. Nick Sirianni, hell of a coach. I think it's fair to put him in Coach of the Year, not as much as Brian Daboll. Brian Dable's done a lot more with a lot less, but Sirianni's a great coach, much better than I had expected him to be. With all that, the Giants are winning by 7. I'm calling my shot here, and it's going to be cemented. I'm going to post this. Eagles fans, you can comment under after. If we lose, you can give me all the shit in the world, but I'm calling it. Giants are going to win by 7. There's a lot of reasons for that. The first reason is hard to beat a team 3 times. That is a difficult thing to do. When the Eagles played the Giants the first time, when they creamed us, I want to say it was 22-41 or something, they beat us not because we didn't play as good a game. Even though we didn't play as good a game, we also had about half of our roster. We had a ton of injuries at that point. I don't think we had Leo. I don't think we had Xavier McKinney. And I don't think we had Adoree Jackson. The second time we played them was against our third and second stringers. They only beat us by 6. Eagles had a couple rough games. Let me catch myself there. See, again, third time doing this, I jump quickly. Beating a team 3 times is tough. The Giants have a lot of film on the Eagles and know how the Eagles play us. I think that could prove to be very useful for the Giants. Another small piece here, too, is Brian Daboll was Jalen Hurts' offensive coordinator in college. And I think Brian Daboll does have more of an understanding of Hurts than most people would want to believe. Secondly, the Giants have momentum. Beating the Vikings and getting our first playoff win on the road in a hostile environment in Minnesota, which is a very tough place to play, is absolutely awesome. And momentum is one of the most powerful things in football that no one can quantify, no one understands, but it wins teams games. It won the Giants all those games back in 2007. It won us those games in 2011. And it won us this game going against Minnesota. I truly believe our third stringers and second stringers playing that well against the Eagles gave us momentum going into the Vikings game. Momentum's a powerful thing, and the Giants are feeling it. Daniel Jones coming off one of his signature wins. Saquon Barkley actually should be well rested. He only ran the ball 9 times. Momentum is powerful, and the Giants have momentum going into this game, which is something the Giants we haven't had in recent memory, but it could be a very strong contributing factor to this game. And the Eagles coming off rest, while it is good for their bodies, sometimes it can be tough for your mental state. And it would be very beneficial to the Giants if the Eagles come out sluggy, which I'm hoping they do. Final point. First, hard to beat a team 3 times. 2, we have the momentum. And 3, and this is my favorite one, we have nothing to lose. We aren't supposed to be here. Giants fans, let's just think about this for a second, okay? This time a year ago, we hired Joe Schoen, and we are 8 days out from the year anniversary of hiring Brian Daboll. That was less than a year ago. And now we are in the second round of the playoffs, and we are one of the final 8 teams. And if we somehow win this game, we will be Final Four and 2 games away from a Super Bowl championship. We have nothing to lose, though. We are not supposed to be here. No one expected us to be here. The hype videos the Giants fans are creating and content creators are creating are epic because everyone doubts us. Well, with the Eagles, they have everything to play for. Think about it. If we lose this game, people will come out and shit talk the Giants, and of course they will. Giants haters will come out of the weeds and they'll shit talk. But the public consensus will be, congrats to the Giants for making it this far. That's impressive. Wow, good for them. If the Eagles lose this game, it's going to be what happened to their season was a failure. They were 14-3, and they lost in the first round of their playoffs, in the first round for them in the playoffs, since they had the bye week. And they lost to not the Cowboys, not the Niners. They lost to the Giants. They have everything to lose in this game, and we have nothing to lose. And I really hope Brian Daboll preaches that to his team. This is just another week for us. Play your game, play free, play loose. Because if you lose, no one's going to be shocked. If the Eagles lose, everyone will be shocked. Correction, I don't know if Brian Daboll should say that to his team, but as a fan, I think it's a very beneficial thing for this game, and it's why I'm picking the Giants to win by 7. Hard to beat a team 3 times. The Giants have a lot of momentum going into this game. We had the Colts win. We had the Eagles where we lost by 6, but it was our third stringers, and then we just beat the Vikings in their own home. We have a lot of momentum. And finally, we have nothing to lose. This season is already a success. All the analysts on ESPN, Fox, and everywhere else, all they said was, congrats to the Giants, you're going to lose this week, but what a great season. I love it. Doubt us. Tell us we can't do it. Tell us it's not worth it, because then that's when we play our best. Every time the Giants were doubted against the Titans, against the Packers, against the Ravens, those games were when we performed our best and never gave up. Against the Vikings, most people thought the Vikings were going to win that game. That's when we perform our best. Still, I'm going to end every podcast with this while we play in the playoffs here, and hopefully my predictions are correct, and we're back here next week doing another preview for the Giants. And if the Giants win, I don't want to say I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I'd rather see the Cowboys than the Niners, but I don't know. That's tough. But either way, I do want to say this has still been a phenomenal season. An absolutely phenomenal season. From where we came from over a year ago, doing the QB sneaks with Joe Judge and Jake Fromm, State Farm. And now here we are going up against the 1 seed in the playoffs, prime time Saturday Night Football. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's just a strong testament to Joe Schoen building a roster that Brian Dable could work his magic with. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But it's been an absolutely phenomenal season. It's just nice to, we started this podcast when we were kind of at our lowest low. But we had the 5th and the 7th pick. We got the GM I wanted. We got the coach I wanted. We got the players I wanted. And we've had the season I'd hoped we have. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. We have all the momentum in this game. We have absolutely nothing to lose. We can play free, play the way we play, and I think all 3 of those are going to contribute to the Giants beating the Eagles by 7, 27-20. Giants win, move on to the NFC Championship game, and we'll see who we play there. Sometimes these podcasts, when I do them by myself, are shorter. I kind of just spitfire. I go really, 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 really quick. And I apologize for that. It's tough to do things slow when it's just me. I just move point through point. So if you guys think maybe it's a little too slow or a little too fast, let me know. I can try to slow it down. There's been this weird kind of break with the podcast a little bit in the sense of we did the Pick'ems thing, which I need to do a final one. I know that. It's just tough to now get everyone together. I did win, by the way. I did win. So, congrats to me. I won my fantasy league, I won the Pick'ems league, and now the Giants are in the second round of the playoffs. So this football season's been amazing. But I do want to say podcasts will be coming back weekly and maybe even bi-weekly. I might take Tuesdays and do podcasts. So every Tuesday. Justin Pennick from Talking Giants, I had him on a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but probably 9 or 10 months ago. And he gave me great advice to be on a schedule, and I don't do that, and that is a mistake on my end that maybe I'm going to try to correct here and do Tuesday podcasts. But wasn't able to do one this Tuesday. Podcast will be coming back more frequently, though, guys. It will be things like this. I want to have some guests on now that we're kind of coming towards the end of the season. Hopefully it'll be 3 weeks until then, or 4 weeks. But, I want to have some guests on that I've had before and some new guests, too. But I'm just really, really passionate and happy that the Giants are where they are right now, and I think we're going to get this win. I appreciate everyone who does support this, by the way. I know there's a bajillion Giants podcasts out there, and all of the content creators I find are amazing. So I appreciate you listening to this one, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. I'm looking forward to the game tonight. Hopefully we get the win. Like I said, hard to beat a team 3 times. We have all the momentum, and we have nothing to lose, guys. It's been a hell of a season, and I don't think it ends tonight. Make sure you pull up the game at 8:15. Discord link will be down below if you guys want to comment and chat with me during the game, because I will definitely be posting different things during the commercials. But either way, thank you very much. Let's see how the Giants do tonight. It's been a hell of a season. I'm looking forward to tonight, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.